Hey, it's One Plucky Pixel here, and welcome back to another creative design tutorial. In today's video, we will cover how to create seamless shading within Adobe Illustrator. In this case, we have the abstract graphic of a teardrop or water droplet. We're going to start with example number 1 over here. Now, I could try to add some shading to this water droplet along the left edge. Theoretically, I could use the pen tool like this, and start to apply my shadow like so. Now fortunately, all is going well. However, we are tasked with trying to follow this outline over here. And as you can see, I can roughly do so, but it is a very difficult task at hand. And of course, it will be far from perfect. Of course, there is a better solution here. We're going to start anew using the pen tool. Once more, I'm going to start at the tip over here and start to build out my curve. Now, the outer area of this shape does not matter. We're actually going to cut this out. But of course, I can still refine my curve like so. And I think right about here is pretty solid. From there, we're going to use the regular selection tool. I'm going to click and drag to select both objects, or alternatively, I can select one object, hold Shift, and select my shading. From here, I then go to the Shape Builder tool. I'm going to hover my mouse over the excess, the area that I want cut out. I'm going to hold Option or Alt on my keyboard. And just like that, upon clicking, the shading is complete. You can see that it now has a clear edge just like so. There is no weird overlap. Of course, I can also select this object and move it away. Now, unfortunately, for example 2, things get very complicated. We do have the teardrop shape once more, however, it does have a stroke active. Unfortunately, the stroke will not play very nicely with the Shape Builder tool. In this case, I'm going to start the process very similarly to example number 1. I'm going to use my pen tool once more. Going to start at the tip over here, and start to add in my shading. Once more, the outer area does not matter. I'm going to adjust it accordingly. Now, at this point, I have to make a copy of the original object. I'm going to make a copy of the teardrop down here. I'm going to use my regular selection tool. I'm going to click the teardrop. I then go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in Place. Just like that. Of course, if the copy is not in front, I can always go to Object, Arrange, and Bring to Front. But in this case, I don't have to do so. We're now going to navigate to Object, Expand, and select OK. Essentially, the stroke is now a solid shape, as you can see here. I'm going to double click and select the fill of the teardrop. This is actually going to be a separate object as a result of the expansion process. I'm going to click and drag away, and as you can see, the fill is being pulled out, and I'll just hit delete on my keyboard to remove it. I can then exit isolation mode. From here, I can now use the Shape Builder tool. I'm going to click on the stroke that has now been expanded. I'm now going to hold Shift and select the shading. From here, I then go to my Shape Builder tool, select it, hover over the area that I want to cut out, hold Alt or Option on my keyboard, and click to delete. The final step is this. We're actually going to use the Pathfinder tool to finish crafting our shadow. In this case, while both elements are still selected, we then go to the Pathfinder tool and select minus front. And just like that, our shadow is now nice and cleanly cut. You can see it here. If I click on the shadow, I can actually drag it out like so. And as you can see, we still have the stroke on the original graphic of the teardrop. Overall, creating seamless shading within Adobe Illustrator is a fairly straightforward process, mainly using the Shape Builder tool. However, if you do have objects with strokes, things do get a lot more complicated. You'll definitely have to utilize Object Expand and also the Pathfinder tool. But of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out in the comments below, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial. As always, thank you so much for watching.